No way. Guys, I can't believe what I just saw over there. A level 3 melanistic blacktail. Look at it. The difference with the commons is evident. That is our second ever male melanistic blacktail. I don't think it's as big as the first one because I may be wrong, but I think the first one was a gold, and this one is a guaranteed silver apparently. Now what is the chance they walk this way? They seem to be planning to come here. They are probably gonna walk around that area near the edge of the lake and maybe even approach our position, that would be great. So I'm simply gonna wait here because there's a chance they come directly to our source. We are right here by the way. Fantastic place to find blacktail. They are actually coming this way, guys. They are doing exactly what I thought. My only concern is that the wind is blowing almost directly towards them, so they may be able to smell us. They keep walking though, which is definitely a good sign. Alright. They are gonna get close, guys. Very, very close. They may stop to drink around that area because they should be drinking. Less than 100 meters out already. I'm not carrying any bow, unfortunately. I forgot to equip one. But we have the rifle. And we can use iron sights. We 0 for 75. And that's it, he's down. A melanistic male blacktail. One of the coolest rares you can possibly get here on Layton Lake. Amazing trophy. The color of their fur is not nearly as dark as other melanistics, as you can see here. They are like a very dark grey. But they look amazing. 119.56, here is only silver. We hit the left lung, the liver, the stomach and the right lung. Is it just me, or there is a melanistic wild boar? I don't know, it can be really hard to tell the difference, but I have the impression it is darker than the commons. I saw it for a second under some decent lighting and I think it is a melanistic. Let's check the track. Yeah, she's a melanistic. She's a melanistic, now we're talking. I'm genuinely excited because it's been a very, very long time since the last time I saw a melanistic wild boar. I think my last one was back on 2021. So it's definitely been a while. Now what is she gonna do? Is she gonna continue throwing that way or will she run this way? I think she'll continue. Okay. There she is. Still below 100 meters, she's gonna keep throwing. But she's close enough to be accurate using the rhino. So I'ma try to hit her here. She's around 60 meters away. So we are gonna 0 for 50. And just like that. As I was saying earlier, it can be quite difficult to distinguish these melanistics from the commons because the difference in color is barely noticeable. They are very, very similar, not nearly as dark as other melanistics, and since many of the commons are also quite dark, the only way to truly distinguish them is by knowing exactly how they look. Like if you've never seen a melanistic wild boar before on this game, odds are that you're gonna ignore it. 60.37, the second rare of the week. Oh my gosh. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Should I say it? I don't wanna jinx myself, but I have to say it. That guy, that monster, has the potential to be diamond and it is a pivot, which makes it a potential super rare. We haven't had the luck to get a single super rare in more than 2 years, and here we have a chance. No shot. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm starting to get very nervous, but there's no reason to be nervous. Will be very easy to drop it, if we decide it to be easy. Should we use the recurve? I would love to use the recurve, but it's gonna be nearly impossible having such a bad wind. The wind is terrible. So I guess we'll have to use the 243 comma. Less than 100 meters out already. Around 80, roughly. We aren't gonna be able to do anything super special, but we can try using iron sights. Although the iron sights on this pistol are just lame. So no. We are gonna play it safe. And I'ma try to hit it hard. I'ma let him. Okay. He didn't go alert, but he's broadside. And he's down. Yes. I don't wanna get my hopes up too much, guys, because that is an excellent recipe for disappointment, but this guy has a real chance of being a super rare. So maybe the third one's a charm. Maybe the third one will finally be diamond. Let's cross our fingers. And let's claim it. Bro, come on. 212.85. Nice pivot, but... well, definitely not what we were hoping it would be. We actually ended up disappointed. It was unavoidable. First rare of the week, I guess. Oh my god! A red Warhawk! No way! A red Warhawk! Yeah, that is definitely a red Warhawk. They changed the time. That shouldn't be an issue, but I'm honestly starting to get nervous. And here we have a chance to shoot it. She's close. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't shoot it here. I just can't believe it. That is a very, very rare full type. The first one I've ever seen, actually. Such a nice rare. Look at this beauty, guys. Our first ever red Warhawk. This full type is a female exclusive full type, which is interesting. And in my experience, it is by far one of the rarest rares here on Porjonga Savannah. What a trophy, guys. Beautiful trophy. Is that a pivot? Yeah. A level 3 pivot axis. I really don't remember the last time I saw one of these. They used to be very, very common, so I honestly didn't target them for a very long time, but supposedly now they are as rare as they should be. And they look amazing. Way more common than the albinos and the melanistics, but honestly, if you ask me, I would say the pivot axis tier is even better looking than the albinos and the melanistics. Right there. He's down. And well, the second shot was completely unnecessary, but we dropped the pivot. Now, something important I wanted to mention is that, as you know, we've been doing an episode of the 7-day challenge for almost 10 consecutive weeks. We've been doing one reserve per week, but with the imminent release of the Japan reserve to Call of the Wild the Angler, I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna have the time to continue a challenge this upcoming week. We may have to delay one of the upcoming episodes in order for me to have more time to make quality content for the upcoming Japan reserve. It's gonna be a very nice map, so pausing the challenge in order to have more time to cover it is gonna be probably the best idea. So here we have this pivot. A beautiful rare. 142.09, he's a silver. No way. No way, Lucistic Plains Bison. Level 3, he's a male. Look at it. First rare of the week. We've been playing here on Yukon Valley for 2 days straight, and that is the first rare of the week and second trophy. That's amazing, and I'm very, very glad it is a male because it simply wouldn't be the same if it was a female. The females are also great, but also quite more common. Okay. No chance to approach this guy on this area. So I'ma shoot him from here with the 375. He's like 180 meters out. So... well, that should do it. Should have been a double long. He's going down. And that's it. So this is the first rare of the week, guys. A level 3 Lucistic Plains Bison. Looks amazing. The difference with the commons is certainly not as drastic as in the case of the albinos and the melanistics, but it still looks amazing. What a rare. And it is a gold. 160.92. Nice. Maybe my first ever gold scoring rare Plains Bison. That is a pebble. A female. Man, for a moment I thought it was a male. A female is also nice though, although normally I don't kill the females. Normally I ignore the rare females in the case of the antler species, but on this particular case, if we consider that we've been really struggling to find rares this week, I will definitely take it. You know, we aren't precisely on the kind of situation where you can take the luxury of ignore some rares, so we're gonna sneak up to it and I'ma try to get him using the bow. I'ma use a collar. Okay, the male is coming in. The male is coming in, but I don't see a female. She was around there, not too far from our position, so I'm definitely surprised we haven't seen her yet. She should show up at any moment. Man, where is she? And there she is, about time. She's less than 30 meters away, so let's get ready. Well, let me just confirm the distance again. 25 meters out. She's walking. Okay. What an easy shot. She's down. The second rare of the week. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was really expecting to find quite a few more trophies this week, but the problem with Cuatro Colinas is that there are barely any servers open. Like most of the times you find maybe 2 or 3 servers open at the same time, so the options aren't many, but at the same time, when the options are limited, finding trophies becomes even more special. Very nice pivot. Oh my gosh, is that an albino? An albino mule deer. Level 3. That's the first rare we see this week that is not a rare female of an antler species. What a beautiful rare. Look at that color. I honestly prefer the look of this albino over, for example, the albino blacktail and the albino whitetail. So let's shoot it. And that should do it. Single long. At least. First rare of the week, guys. First trophy rare. Beautiful rare. I don't even remember the last time I saw one of these albinos. I think it was easily like 2 years ago. They are really far from being common. Now guys, is he just me? Or that Tari is different? He looks different, doesn't it? He looks more reddish than the other Tars. Maybe either a red or a dark red. Yeah, I think it is definitely different. A lot of times it can be hard to tell with some of the rare fur types because they aren't too different from the commons, but we are so close this time that I don't think there's any doubt. I think we just found our first trophy tar here on the Awarua. Hold up. Man, these stars really like to run towards me, eh? Oof. That's it. Let's see a shot on this one. I assume it was a double long. Yeah, nice double long. Nice double long on the run. Beautiful shot. However, the only tar we shot here that truly matters is this one. Is it actually rare? He has to be a rare, right? Okay, dark red. He's a rare. He is in fact a rare. Look at it. Like, the only way to notice these rares is by knowing exactly how they look, because otherwise, if I didn't have experience hunting these stars, I wouldn't have been able to tell. The difference with the commons is definitely not huge. Oh, look at that! A huge pivot whitetail, max estimate. That looks amazing. For a second I thought it was way bigger. Just imagine how crazy it would have been if it was a level 3. He's roughly 150 meters out, so I'm gonna try to hit it hard. Oh, come on, now he's drinking. As soon as he lifts his head, I'ma shoot him. Okay, it's time. And we hit it hard. He's down. I think he's gonna start floating to this side. Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm gonna shoot one of those bugs. I think I'ma try to hit the neck on that one. Oof. Now here's the pivot. I think his top estimate was exactly 215, so he's gonna score exactly that because the pivots of this species always score at the top of the estimate. And yeah, he's a 215.88, nice pivot. He isn't huge, but he looks very nice. Guys, I'm not completely sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I just saw a Lucistic Grey Fox. She's apparently female. If this track is actually her track, I couldn't spot it, I only saw it for a second. So we'll have to find the distortion to know if it is actually Lucistic. I think she was. No distortion so far. Like really, I've been following the track for about 500 meters and I haven't seen a single distortion so far. Oh, hold up. Just a whitetail. Man, I guess we'll end up spotting the fox before even finding one of these distortions. She probably isn't far. In about time, there's one. Let's see if it's actually Lucistic. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, warning call. Is that her? Should be there. Should be alert. Man, I hope it's the same fox. May have a chance to shoot her here. Right there. Definitely her. Definitely the Lucistic. So let's get ready with the 243 Como. I feel it's gonna move. But she's down. We dropped her. The first rare of the week, guys. A Lucistic Grey Fox. What an amazing looking rare. You know, one of the main things I want to achieve here on ECP Acres is to find both an albino Grey Fox and a melanistic Grey Fox, because I already got a Lucistic and a piebald, so this is my second Lucistic, but I won't complain. It's a beautiful looking rare. Beautiful trophy. Male hazel grouse. He's over there, there's a copper Kaylee. Level 2, nothing special. They were feeding here. Where's this guy? They are hunkered down right there, and there are actually two. Yeah. Oh, there's the third one. That's it. Yeah, there's the third one. Another male. Similar in size to the first one. No way! He's a rare! A pale! Pale hazel grouse! A rare hazel grouse, guys! Where in the world? It happened! It just happened! Our first ever rare hazel grouse! No shot. The difference with the commons may not be as noticeable as in the case of other rares, but from this close the difference is very clear, I would say. Like, if it wasn't because I'm seeing it here on the harvest screen, I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference, because I'm pretty sure it was the first one I spotted, the one that made the warning call. We saw it for a second and I really thought it was just a grey or a brown. Is that a Lucistic? It looked different. Hard to tell, I only saw it for a second, but it gave me the impression of being quite lighter. And the thing with this species, in contrast with for example the Merriam turkeys, is that they don't have a light brown variant, so anything that is light should be either Lucistic or albino. Let's take a look at the distortion. Okay, Lucistic. I'll take it. It would have been a lot cooler if it was an albino, but I'll take a Lucistic. Oh. There they are. And there's a max SM level 2, potential diamond. I wanna think we're looking at the same flock. We just gotta spot the Lucistic. I don't see it. She has to be there, but it's just hard to see it through so much vegetation. Here we have full cover. Is the Lucistic here? None of those is the Lucistic, so it's gotta be somewhere in the background, maybe that one. Yeah, I think that's probably her. She's alert. I'm a shooter. Okay. Now let's run towards the flock just in case the Leucistic is still alive. The max estimate is down, and that isn't the Leucistic. Man, we just wiped out a whole flock. And that one right there should be the Leucistic. Yeah, it is. Here we have it. A Leucistic Eastern Wild Turkey, the second rare of the week. Not precisely a beautiful rare, I gotta say. 3.59, it is a silver. Oh. Is that a rare? Man, I think it is a rare. I think it is either a light brown or a Leucistic. No way, I think it's a Leucistic. If it's a Leucistic, it would be our first Leucistic crocodile. A male. Right here. It's been almost 2 years since Emerald Coast was released, and I can't believe this is our first Leucistic crocodile. And we're yet to get an albino actually. We got a melanistic and 2 light browns, but 0 albinos, and finally one of these guys. Not an ideal angle, though we can still reach along. And that should do it. I guess. Yeah, he's dying. That second shot wasn't necessary, but he's going down. Nice looking trophy. Certainly not the best looking variation for the crocodiles. I personally prefer the albinos and the melanistics, but it's still a nice rare. Look at it. Oh my gosh. There's no way. A female. A rare female Bengal tiger. What fur type is that? Is that a white or a pseudo-melanistic white? I think it's a pseudo-melanistic. No way, our first rare tiger. 7 months after the release of Sundarpatan, we finally found our first rare tiger. Not the rarest nor the most special rare, but it's an amazing find nonetheless. It's gonna look amazing on the lodge. Just look at it. It's undoubtedly a pseudo-melanistic because the stripes are quite thicker compared to a normal white. It's almost half white and half black. Looks amazing. So let's shoot her. She's down. Nice hard shot. The second rare of the week, guys, and the second rare today, no way. A male albino wildjack and a pseudo-melanistic white tiger on the same day. That's crazy. Look at that fur. What a beautiful rare. Pseudo-melanistic white indeed. 136 kilograms on the dot, and a double long heart and liver on that shot. We are having a fantastic week so far, guys, with 2 rares and 2 diamonds on 5 days playing here on Sundarpatan. Not a bad week. Oh boy. You won't believe what I just spotted, guys. Look at that. That's an albino catwalk. First rare of the week, guys, and our first rare dog here on Salswisen Park. Ever. And if it wasn't because I was using the binos, it would have been very hard to see it, because at a distance it is very similar to the rest of the catwalks. She is about to land. Alright. She's landing. Let's get ready. Literally the easy shot ever. I wish I was carrying a bow, to be honest. Just to make things a bit more interesting. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. I'ma shoot it on the fly. Okay. That's it. Beautiful rare. Nothing truly special to it, but just as the rest of the albinos, it is beautiful. Such a cool trophy. Love to see it.